So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Anchorage, Alaska, and we are speaking to Andrew Abyo here at the Alaska Native Heritage Center. So, Andrew, first of all, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Oh, yes, thank you.
You came highly recommended by Lauren Anderson, who is one of your superiors here, correct?
Yes, one of my supervisors here.
Yep, and he says that you are an extremely passionate person.
I do. I love the artwork, and working here, I get to share the culture to like tourists who come through here, or even with the interns that come through from the schools. We get to teach them artwork, or they also learn dancing or other aspects of the native cultures.
How do you teach your culture through this artwork? What does that mean?
So I make a lot of things. I make like masks, I make paddles, traditional weapons, traditional tools, bentwood visors, which you see, and they come down like this. And we could probably come up with one for you to see. But I also, my main passion is to build kayaks. And through the kayaks, I get to learn myself, of course, but it's a great way to introduce the culture and knowledge of skills to students that want to learn. And it's a good way to pass on the culture and skills.
How did this start for you?
I started actually in 2005. I had the regular 9-to-5 job, and then I actually took a class here at the Alaska Native Heritage Center. It was my first time working on an art piece, and I've always I've always seen my uncle working and selling at shows, and I'd see his artwork and be like, wow, I wish I could make that. And I never had I wouldn't say I wouldn't have had a chance to try, I just never sat down to try. And so I came here and took one of the classes.
How old were you then?
35.
Wow, 35.
So
Can you show everybody the mask that you have there?
So this here is a mask that I'm working on. It's in rough stage still. And so what these are, this is a silkbiak mask. And it's actually a transformation mask. You can see the bird beak right here. And I still need to add in the eyes, the mouth, and this denotes a chief right here. So a chief transformation mask. That's what this is.
Very cool. And that's already been commissioned, right?
Yes, it has.
That's exciting.
So yes, it is very exciting.
What is the favorite piece of art that you've done? Is it the kayak, or is there something else?
It's hard to say. I enjoy every piece that I work on, even if it's small kayaks or masks. Bentwood visors are one of my favorites, the kayaks would be my main passion of what I enjoy, and teaching my son how to build them, and my other daughter, she also builds them with me. So, and he's only 10 now. He started paddling at 5 years old with his own kayak that I built for him.
You know, the thing is that I just truly believe if you can incorporate a passion into your life, it enriches your life. It makes it more exciting, more meaningful. How has your life changed since you started working here compared to your other full-time job? What did you used to do?
Oh yeah, I used to, I grew up commercial fishing in Bristol Bay, and also I would do warehouse work in Anchorage here. There was one time I was working on an oil rig in the North Slope, and I would always have in the back of my mind, I would think about artwork, and I guess some people I think dream out loud, and then I remember after I first started, and I go back and tell my old coworkers or friends, look what I've been doing. I've been making artwork, and they're like, you always talked about doing that.
Which is so crazy because you never took a class until you were 35.
Yes, and I didn't know I could do this. My first piece that I worked on was a atlatl, which is the throwing spear, and I just worked on making the spear, and I'm like, wow, it just flowed right out of me, and it just felt natural, and so it grew from there. And so I went from just 9-to-5 work and not not really knowing about my culture, about how to make the artifacts or historical pieces, and not really knowing about my culture. And so now it's total difference. Today I teach classes, and I of course sell to museums and corporations. I get to travel and work. I've been to several outlying villages here in Anchorage, out of Anchorage, and teach here at the Alaska Heritage Center, the schools, museums, elsewhere. Let's see, I am actually going to, in end of July, and I've always been happy to go to all these different communities and work and teach. And this next one I have coming up in the end of July is pretty exciting. I'm actually going to California to teach down there. So
speaking with you is just making me so happy right now. It just makes me so happy because I can see what your old life was compared to what you're doing now, and the picture that you're painting for us and describing that, and how much meaning and excitement and enrichment you have brought into not just your life, but into the life of so many other people around you. It just makes me incredibly happy. You must have had so many doubts, though, before you made this jump. So what kind of hesitations did you have?
It was quite, can you imagine, okay, you're in a stable job, 9 to 5, and then we went out to buy the power tools and spent about $500 on just the power tools. And just small, basic tools at the beginning. And you're literally going from, okay, here's a stable 9 to 5 job. I get a paycheck every 2 weeks to now I'm an artist. And, and then, so that's how things started. I would see things in the books at first when I was making the objects, trying to make them look, like that in the books. And then here alongside, I'm seeing the history of my people. And that's how how I started learning more about my culture. It's like, wow, this is my people, this is my history. And so it made me more proud.
And I think some people don't realize that you don't have to go to college for everything. You can self-study. You can teach yourself so many things.
Yes, and I've I've done a lot of things that are self-taught, but I also learned from a lot of my elders and other teachers that, so if I wanted to learn about masks, I would ask one person, and if visors, and so everybody has their specialties, and I would go to them, kayaks or masks, or in general.
That's awesome. So what do you think you've learned about yourself through all of this?
The work just brought me more knowledge about myself and my culture, and gave me a place to be for myself to, and our people actually. We have a lot to be proud of. We have accomplished a lot of things. Just in our kayaks alone, there's 9,000 years of evolution in that kayak. And even today, with mathematics or computers, there's nothing you could do to the kayak. It's already at its utmost ability.
So what did you learn
technology.
What did you learn about you, though?
I love to make the artwork, of course, but I love to teach because it's a way for us to pass on our knowledge to the next generation. So that would be my answer. Yes.
I love that answer, especially because I used to be a teacher.
Oh, yes.
I think you're always a teacher, right?
Yes, and a student.
Exact. That's
yes.
right. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
And I talk to you, 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 and we love, and we hate, and we demonstrate, we try to relate. This is my breakthrough. Whoa. Said now, this is my breakthrough. Whoa.